You ever look at some of the highest achievers out there and just wonder, what's their secret? What really separates them from everyone else? Well, it's a question we all think about. And in this explainer, we're going to dig into the real, research-backed answer. So let's get right into it.
You know, we all know someone who is just incredibly talented, but they never quite reach their full potential. And on the flip side, we've all seen people with what seems like average ability go on to do extraordinary things. It's this puzzle we see all the time, and it points to one simple fact. Talent, by itself, is not the whole story, not even close.
For so long, we've been taught to think that natural talent is this kind of magic ticket that just guarantees success. But when you look at actual long-term achievement, the goals we're all really striving for, it becomes super clear that there's a missing piece to the puzzle, something that turns that raw potential into actual results.
And that missing piece? Well, according to some amazing research by psychologist Angela Duckworth, it's a quality she calls grit. Honestly, this is the real game changer. It's the one factor that predicts success way more reliably than just talent alone.
So what is grit really? It's not just about working hard until you burn out. No. It's this powerful mix of passion and perseverance, and it's all aimed at your long-term goals. It's that fire inside that keeps you going when things get tough, when they get boring, or even when you fail.
Let's break that down, because it's got two key parts. First, you've got passion. And we're not talking about a hobby you're into for a week. This is a deep, consistent interest in something that you find truly meaningful. And the second part? Perseverance. This is your stamina, your resilience. It's the ability to stick with that passion day after day, no matter what gets in your way.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. This idea leads to one of the most powerful insights from all of Duckworth's work. She actually came up with a super simple, absolutely brilliant formula that completely flips the script on how we should think about achievement.
So here's the first part of the formula. Your skill is your talent multiplied by your effort. Just think about that for a second. Your natural talent, that's just potential. It's the effort you put in, all those hours of practice, that actually turns that raw talent into a real skill you can use.
But wait, it doesn't stop there. The second part is this. Your achievement is your skill multiplied by your effort. And see what happened there? Once you've built that skill, you have to apply even more effort to actually use it to create something, to get a real-world result.
So here's the big takeaway. Effort counts twice. It gets factored in 2 times, first to build skill and then again to get results. And this is such an empowering idea, right? Because effort is the one thing we all have 100% control over. It means what you do with your talent matters so much more than how much talent you started with.
Okay, so we get what grit is, and we get why it's so important. But the million-dollar question is, can you actually learn it? Can you build it? And the answer is a huge, resounding yes. Let's walk through the 4-part framework for how to build your own grit.
These are the 4 psychological pillars that hold it all up. First, it has to start with interest. You have to genuinely be fascinated by what you're doing. Then comes practice, that daily commitment to intentional, focused improvement. Next is purpose, the belief that what you're doing matters to other people, not just you. And finally, hope. This is that gritty mindset that knows you can overcome setbacks and that you will grow.
And if you want some more practical tips, here you go. Focus on getting just 1% better every single day. Create a real long-term plan, a vision that goes beyond next week. And this is a big one. Learn to embrace failure as just part of the process, a lesson. And maybe most importantly, surround yourself with other gritty people who inspire you.
It's also really important to remember that an environment plays a massive role in this. The research talks about wise parenting, which is basically a combination of having really high expectations, but also providing tons of emotional support. And this applies everywhere, right? At work, on a team, in a school, a culture that is both demanding and nurturing, that's a culture that grows grit.
So as we start to wrap this up, what's the one thing you should take away from all of this? If you remember nothing else, remember this. The simple, profound power of just continuing, of not stopping.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Success isn't some prize reserved for the naturally gifted. It's for the people who have the passion and the perseverance to see things through to the very end. It's for the gritty.
So what does this all mean for you? It means you have way more control over your own success than you probably think. Your future isn't written in stone by your innate talents. Nope. It's shaped by your effort, by your focus, and by your resilience. The ball is in your court.
I want to leave you with this last thought, because it's so important.
The journey toward any big goal is long, and everyone gets tired. But the key isn't to be invincible, it's to be resilient. It's knowing when to take a breath, when to rest and recharge, so you can get back up and keep moving forward. Because that is the true heart of grit.